Hello, good morning everyone. Good morning, soul family. I hope that all is well. Um, Thank you so much for being here today. I really, truly, deeply, sincerely appreciate each and every one of you who watches my videos. It really does mean a lot to me. I hope that the messages really do help bring some clarity and peace of mind. If you are in need of any disclaimers, if you've never watched a tarot reading before, I do have the disclaimers down in the description box below. Know that you have the power within you, no matter what the outcome is of a reading, to change your circumstances if you choose to. Excuse me, my voice is pretty messed up today. Just know that you have the power within yourself to change the outcome. Tarot is never an end-all be-all. Nothing in life is an end-all be-all. Nothing is set in stone. And even if an outcome comes out in the cards, just know that if you want to change your outcome, then you still are able to. No matter where we are in our lives, every single decision that we make will change our future. Whether you watch a tarot reading or not, that's just the way that it works. I will also say I do cuss a lot sometimes, so if that's something that you're not down for, then I am probably, may not be the reader for you, which is okay. There are so many other readers out there, so many amazing readers out there. If you are interested, I would highly recommend watching. And so today I just kind of had a feeling of starting with Oracle, with these tea leaf Oracle cards, and just seeing what comes out. But let's take 3 deep breaths together. I will I will hit a singing bowl. I won't make it sing today, but with every hit, let's take a deep breath in together, and then let's release it. When you're taking in this deep breath, imagine it being new beginnings, positivity. Just imagine bringing in all of this clarity, peace, love, understanding, compassion. Breathe that in, and when you hold it, imagine all of that beautiful, loving, compassionate energy flowing through your body. And when you breathe out, imagine any negativity that resides in your body, your mind, your anything, your body. With the release of the breath, release that negative energy. Okay? Without further ado, let's begin. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Okay. Excuse me. Now today will not be able to be as long of a reading as it usually is. But I still wanted to come here and provide a reading for you guys regardless. I just want to see what those are, but I will put them back. If you watched any of my other readings so far, then I usually just go with a general message. Any message that Spirit wants to come forward is usually what I go with, unless I specify otherwise. Let's see what these are. Young man, dealings or relationship with a younger man, and misunderstanding with the wall. So perhaps your situation does involve a young man, or perhaps you may be younger, and there might have been a misunderstanding that happened with someone of this energy or someone around you that has created this literal wall. As you can see, on one side of the wall, we just have like a cliff, and on the other side, we have all of this land. And so, what I'm getting the sense of is that there may have been a situation with this person, or maybe you were made to feel, if you are this person, maybe you were made to feel like someone has pushed you out of their life and literally left you for dead, left you to fall, left you with nothing to hold on to or to stabilize yourself in. If this is you, then please understand that no matter what has happened, no matter what understandings may have come into your life, no matter what misunderstandings you may have had with someone, as long as you do your best to try to understand the situation and to try to learn from it and to try to grow from it, then you're doing your part. And whatever they decide to do is their own choice. And you shouldn't let it hold you back. You should continue. It's not good to have walls up. Like, yes, we all have our defense mechanisms. And naturally, when we are in a state of fear, we start to build up walls and start to let other things crumble. However, when we start building up walls, it also does keep whatever is in contained and bottled up. So usually people who create walls around their heart really tend to push people away and not give people a chance. So yes, even though a wall is built for protection and to keep out predators or anything like that, at the same time the wall does keep in anything that is within those walls as well. So depending on how you are feeling within yourself determines a lot, I feel. Be aware of your perspective of things, because you're the one that has to sit with yourself. You're the one that has to sit with your mind. You're the one that has to tell yourself, like, to stop thinking about negative situations or the past, because it will just linger. Or it's up to you to transform that energy into something different, where you feel like, the grass is greener on the side, but not to keep a wall up from letting people in out of coldness and bitterness, but instead, the walls, yes, they serve a purpose, and that is to protect, and having walls to some degree is a good thing, depending on, the situation. Sometimes we literally do have to put up a wall in order to protect ourselves from negative people, and that is understandable. But at the same time, sometimes we're so used to putting up wall after wall after wall because of disappointment from different people, that we end up leaving the wall or building the wall much taller than what it should be or what it needs to be. And we become so enclosed in our own cage. So I feel like this is a call to be careful. This is a call to be aware of your energy and to be aware of the type of energy that you allow people to come in with. But don't try not to misunderstand certain people who just genuinely love you and care for you and want to help you. There's a difference between having a wall up against someone who is aggressive and angry and mean and negative all the time versus someone who genuinely loves you and wants to try to help you and take care of you and show you compassion and try to be understanding. So be aware of who you build your walls around. Be aware of who is in your inner circle. There may be situations where you know, letting go of people, places, things, and scenarios and memories in our life is a necessary part of our growth process. Because in order for us to process that and release it, we are creating more space for new, new opportunities, new blessings, new memories, new everything. But if we hold on to the things that burden us, like the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Swords, let's say, um, it really is going to just make us bitter and cold and perhaps have resentment or anger or fear that this will keep happening. And I know exactly how it feels to be fearful of letting people back into your heart or you know stuff like that, because a lot of times there are people who do take advantage or there are people who misunderstand. But I think the most important thing is to release release the burden of trying to make things work with people who really just make you feel cold and bitter and angry and all of these kind of things. Even if they're in our inner circles, sometimes we have to, if you are the sum, I don't know exactly how the quote goes, but if you are the sum of the amount of people or the kind of people who you hang out with the most, then what does that say about you? And I think it's really important to start evaluating our friendships and our relationships and our dreams and aspirations, to start evaluating all of these things from a non-judgmental point of view, but a point of view of just understanding of the things that you need to let go of in order to be a healthier, happier version of yourself. That's what I'm feeling here. So I'm going to leave this card here, but I'm going to put this one back. And I'll get 2 more from this half of the deck, and then I'll get 3 from that half. It's a huge deck. Sorry about that. Be careful not to put up a wall against yourself as well. Like, sometimes we don't want to deal with certain situations in our life, and we put up walls. Even amongst ourselves, we'll put up walls to protect ourselves from outer circumstances, but really sometimes our walls are just a, a fear-based mechanism that really just encloses us, and like I mentioned earlier, like keeps us in a cage, is kind of like what I'm feeling. Now, a lot of cards came out, so perhaps there's a lot of different scenarios or situations of people who may eventually come across this reading. Readings are general readings, and whatever time you come across it, if it resonates, it resonates, and if not, then perhaps now is not the time. So I will just read these, and bear in mind not to force any reading to fit your circumstances in your life, and be aware that these are public readings, so the energies are going to be attuned to the people who are going to watch it. It's not like a private reading where you get information and insight into your own personal situation that you ask specifically about, if there is a specific situation that you are wanting to know more about. And I saw 1515 right after I said that. Feather, someone you know is undependable and insincere. Broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. We have marriage. We have a goal-oriented person. We have good news. And we have chain of events that will affect your life. Be aware, like I was saying, be aware of the people who are around you. Be aware, even if they are within your own inner circle, they may be someone who is really undependable and insincere, like this card says. Maybe they're the type of person that they're there when they need something, but then, when you need something and you reach out to them, they don't care, or they just kind of like brush off whatever it is that you are experiencing and feeling and what it is that you're trying to convey to them. Unsuccessful outcome to a problem, I feel like, is extending that feeling of like certain people in your lives that feel like a broken bridge. Like they feel so far away, even if they're in your inner circle, they may feel like they're leaps away because they feel so distant because they're never there for you. Or, take it as it resonates. Maybe they're there for you when it's just convenient for them. Like we all have stuff going on and we all have things to work on. We all get busy, and those things are completely understandable. And I'm not saying those are things that should make you push away someone if they're undependable because they're so busy. Like that's obviously never the case of what I'm trying to get at. What I'm saying is like people who, you know, may have been there for you more in the past, and then now they just seem very flighty and they're never there because they choose to never be there. So this is a card about choice that I'm feeling. Be aware again with the people that you have in your inner circle, but also be aware. I'm having a feeling of communication because feathers symbolize air, and the air element in tarot are these swords. Swords energy symbolizes communication, honesty, thoughts, things of that nature. And so with this one feather here, I'm kind of getting the feeling of the ace, or the king or the queen of swords, which the kings and the queens and the aces, they are dependable. They can be dependable, but they can also be very cutthroat. They can also come off very harsh sometimes. Perhaps someone's communication with you has been broken. And perhaps you feel like this relationship, and relationships don't have to be romantic, but it can be romantic. And we do see marriage here with roses, and we do see like 2 flowers here. So it could be romantic, it could be a friendship, it could be a family member. Take it as it resonates. But perhaps there's someone who really said something that may have like really hit the spot, in a negative way. Um, I'm getting that feeling here with the ear, even though it says good news and a goal oriented person. I'm just getting the feeling here with the imagery that this person may know how to hit your weak spot, especially the closer you are to someone, the more information they know about you. Like, this isn't something to be fearful of. This isn't something to stop being close to people because of it. But I mean, a person who is going to be a negative person who wants to harm someone else, regardless, they're going to cause harm if that's what they are desiring. And so what I'm feeling here with these two cards is, again, like, perhaps it's someone who knows your weak spots, someone who pays attention to the things that they can use against you in the future. However, alternatively, I see a different energy. So I see two different energies here. We have a negative energy and we have a positive energy. And this doesn't mean good and bad. It just means it doesn't necessarily mean good or bad. It doesn't mean that this person is evil. It doesn't mean that this person is, you know, perfect. No one's perfect. And I think even certain people who are in our inner circles or who are in our life are not consciously aware, and therefore they don't always realize when they are being insincere and undependable. Some people walk through their life without realizing, you know, what they truly are doing, because they're walking around blindly. They're sleepwalking. Now, here with the I feel like this is a more positive energy. Now, with the marriage card, I'm not necessarily seeing it for sure as like you're going to get married sometime soon, but that could be the case, and I feel like that may be the case for a few people who watch this reading, perhaps. Perhaps the good news is that a goal oriented person wants more stability and more commitment with you. This does not mean, this does not have to mean that it has to be a marriage that they want to come to you with. It could be just a boyfriend girlfriend relationship, girlfriend girlfriend, boyfriend boyfriend, whatever. Um, Whatever the case is, it could be a partnership, a business partnership. It could be, a coworker or classmate who wants to get to know you better or help you out or study together or something. So what I'm seeing here is there's someone who is reliable, someone who's goal oriented, is someone who is going to be more reliable because they know how to follow through with their um, desires. They know how to make their dreams come true, even if it takes a long time or even if it's just a little by little. That's how things work, you know? But I do feel like there's perhaps these two energies within your inner circle. Someone, and again, it could be romantic, but it does not have to be romantic. It could be someone who genuinely wants to understand and help you. With the ear here, I feel like they are someone who does do their best to pay attention to what it is that you're saying and to be there for you. And I feel like this is the energy of someone who wouldn't use the worst aspects of you against you. I feel like this is someone who may, if they ever bring up something negative about you, I don't get the feeling that it's to bring you down or to make you feel bad or angry with yourself. I have the feeling that it's more so in order for you to to wake up to your own, cause and effect, your own mentality, your own mental state is kind of what I'm feeling. Someone who's going to, if they bring forward something about your past that may not be easy for you, perhaps it stirs up a lot of emotions for you with all of the rain and the harsh waters. However, this person, the way that when they bring something up, it's in order to try to help you understand how you can move away from that, because they are a goal oriented person. They're going to view things from a different perspective. And I feel like this person um, may just want to help and bring those things forward so that you can uh, go through them, process them, and heal from them in order for you to start following your own goals, to break the bridge of the past. You can still see the past from the other side, but you cannot then cross back over. So it means, you have to, or you should continue moving forward. This person wants to help, and I feel like this person um, is the opposite. I feel like when they hear about your problems and they start to misunderstand you, I feel like this kind of energy is the person of someone who will use the knowledge about you against you. And this is the kind of person who will use the knowledge about you in order to try to help you from a different point of view, in order to help you break the old bridges and break the chains of the past, in order for you to move forward in a happy, um, self loving, open, understanding, compassionate kind of way. So I do see two completely different energies here. And both of them, I feel, will use information in general differently. So this person, I feel, someone who does this kind of thing is someone who has a negative perspective on life, a negative perspective about relationships, about communication, a negative perspective about their past, about who they are right now. And this is someone who has a more goal oriented, positive outlook in life, where they know that everything in their life is a cause and effect. And so, whatever you cause, whatever it is that you do, is going to have an effect in the future. And so I feel like this person, excuse me, when they listen to you, they genuinely want to help. And I feel like there's this other person who, when they listen to you, they're not really listening to you because they don't really care. Because to me, the kind of feeling that I'm getting from this is someone who either they don't care because they choose not to, or someone who doesn't care because they don't realize, their own shadows, and that they are um, perhaps just, putting something on you that is a burden on them because of their past. So to me, this is the energy of hurt people hurt people. Someone who has a broken heart is going to break hearts, for example. Someone who, and it says broken too. Actually, I just noticed that. Um, so actually, yes, that may be the case. Someone who has a broken heart may be trying to break others, or it doesn't have to be a conscious effort for them. Sometimes when we just walk around with these pains in our life and these pains in our heart, it really does eat away at us. And without us noticing, when we're not paying attention, that is when they ingrain into our subconscious, and that is when it becomes a problem. Because at that point, it is something that is harder to acknowledge and to work on than if we just do it from the start. Which, I mean, I think we have all to some degree fallen to this kind of energy. And so I'm not saying that this is, again, I'm not saying that this is a bad person. I'm just saying that perhaps this person right now in their life is not at a place where they're really able to help you, because they're not even able to help themselves. But there is someone here who is able to help you if you need the help. I feel like there's this dependable, goal oriented person who really does try to pay attention to whatever it is that you're saying. And it's like a flip side, right? You have on one side, there's this person who views life as like the grass is greener, and if it's not greener, it will be. When the summer comes, when the spring comes, the grass is going to be healthier. Let's water it. You know, let's maintain it. Let's try to take care of it. Let's figure out how we can get it healthy. Versus on the other side, the flip side is like, well, there's no hope because the past was shit, and so the future is going to be shit. So what I'm seeing here is a dualistic point of view. And we all have it. We all have the hope and the desire for something new, something stable, something that will grow, and something beautiful. But deep down, we also all have this negative, cold, bitter kind of side of us. And it's up to you which side you choose to be in. But you have to choose one. You see, there's a wall in between. So you can't just easily jump between one from the other. You have to choose one and stick with it, because we all have both aspects within us. And, you know, we all fall prey to our own, you know, sometimes we're having a hard day, or sometimes, you know, there's some shit going on and it's just making things really hard for us. And that's understandable. We all have our days. But it's a different scenario when you're over here and all the grass is dead and yellow, versus when you're over here and there's just nothing. So even if you're over here and you're having a down day and you're like, man, the grass is really just dead and dry, the grass is still there. The grass still has a potential of being healthy if you work on that. So on this side, there is potential. On the other side, there's not potential. It's just a cliff, and we don't even see where it goes. We don't see if it's a valley. We don't see if it's literally just, you know, miles and miles of nothingness. We don't see what's on the other side here, but what we do know on this side is that there is stability. Where there's grass, there's bound to be other forms of life. There's bound to be trees. There's bound to be bushes and plants. And where there's life, there's possibilities. And where there's no life, the possibilities are way, 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 way less. So 33:31. And right after I said 33:31, it was 33:33. So again, like, as I will always say in my videos, you are the magician of your own life. And it is up to you which side of the fence you choose to be in. And that, I feel, corresponds to this, where it says chain. Chain of events that will affect your life. And here we see like a globe, right? Your outlook and your perspective on life is important. Either it will keep you chained to these feelings of neglect and abuse and distrust, anger, resentment, fear, all of that. Or you can unbind yourself and be free to experience the world around you. You can be chained to the past negatively, or you can release the chains and be free to roam and explore and figure out where you want to go in your life instead of focusing only on the things, the shit that has happened to you and why you struggle to move forward. So this definitely is a choice for you. So I'm seeing that actually now I'm getting the feeling that this could also be you within yourself. It could be people in your inner circle, this could be one person, this could be another, or this could be you. This could be your positive side when you're goal oriented and you feel like you're being appreciated and you're sharing good news and you're happy and you're trying to be more stable and committed and loyal to the people and the goals in your life. So again, this doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a business partner, it could be just a friendship, it could be with a family. It doesn't have to be marriage. But what I'm seeing here obviously is a higher level of commitment, a higher level of honesty, trust, understanding, compassion, all of that. That's what I feel in this card. It doesn't necessarily have to mean someone that you are legally bound to. It could be yourself. It could be anyone around you. But I'm also feeling with bringing up the self, this is also a call, I feel, to work on your self-love, to work on your own perspectives, and to work on how you view yourself. To know that you are worthy and that you can progress and that you deserve to move forward. You just have to release the chains. And so here I'm seeing like the death card, for example. Here I'm seeing like a two of something. I'm seeing like the Two of Swords, the Two of Wands. With the Broken Bridge, I'm kind of feeling like the Death card, for example. So there's a need for transformation about your outlooks on things. There's a need to make decisions on how you want to progress in your life. Do you want to be a goal-oriented person, or do you want to just be focusing and staring at the broken bridge forever? Which no one wants to do that, but what my point is, it's up to you. You can turn around and keep walking, be grateful for everything that was on the other side of the bridge, even if it was shitty, because you went through all of that and you passed it. So it's important to be grateful for it. But it's up to you to cry about it, to be stuck in this negative emotional baggage, or to turn around and to walk forward, to walk away. I'm getting the feeling of like the Eight of Cups is walking away. I'm getting the feeling of the Six of Swords, which is to move away into calmer waters. I'm getting the feeling of like maybe like the Five of Cups, the Four of Cups. Kind of the feelings I'm getting here with the World card, the Devil card, Lovers perhaps, and Lovers is also a card of decisions. Perhaps with the target like the Wheel of Fortune or something. With the ear, maybe like the Ace of Swords, the feather, Ace of Swords, or something like that. Ace of Wands, maybe. I'm getting the feeling of like of different tarots. So I'm like, should I continue and pull more from here or continue with tarot? I'm gonna pull tarot because my battery's already low. I'm sorry. I forgot to charge it. So I'm gonna pull from this one. What's this card? The Fool in reverse, which makes sense. The Fool in reverse, it does make sense because it brings back out these feelings of the broken bridge, right? Remember how I mentioned the cliff? Literally there's a cliff. There's literally a cliff here. So it's up to you. So, of course, with the cliff, I'm getting two different feelings from the two different cards, but they have similar energies. So there's that feeling of, like, what do you want? Do you want to take the leap of faith? Is what I'm getting from here, but at the same time, here, I'm not getting that kind of feeling. Over here, I'm getting the feeling of, like, you see black and white, you see the color around you, and it's like, what's how can I say? It's up to you again to choose to take the leap of faith in the direction of something that is fruitful, or to literally just walk off the cliff where there's nothing. So I'm also seeing this as a caution right now, also because it was in reverse. You see, in this card, if you take a leap of faith, well, in either of these, you don't know what's down there. In this one, you know even less what's down there. But in this one, you can see that there is vegetation down there. There's a forest. There's something down there. So with this kind of energy, what I'm seeing is, with the goal-oriented card as well, is not to just take a blind leap of faith off a cliff where you know nothing about what's down there. But from this perspective, you can see, like, okay, well, perhaps if I take the right path, then it will lead me down there, versus if I take the left path, it will just lead me to my demise. And that's the kind of feeling that I'm getting over here. But over here, we don't see anything there. I'm getting, like, a lot of kind of mixed messages here. Let me continue because today's a shorter reading, but I am getting a lot of mixed messages. Judgment in reverse. The Page of Wands. The Ten of Cups. I was going to flip it up, which is the Ten of Pentacles, but it's split, and underneath is also the Seven of Pentacles. Let me try to reorganize these cards while I'm talking about them. So I do see there's a lot of negative outlook is kind of what I'm getting. You know, holding up walls. The good news is that there is in your energy the Ten of Cups. and the Ten of Pentacles. So for this to be in the energy around is a good thing. But I do feel that there are still blockages here with how to get there. And in order to get there, I feel it's important to be goal oriented. When we are goal oriented, we are able to make the moves necessary into walking in this direction. So we see the Fool over here is literally facing this direction. The Fool wants to go this way. The Fool wants to go towards the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. But you see, here's the cliff. So the Fool is like, well, I can't fucking get over there, because then if I literally jump off the cliff, I'm gonna die, because it's just a chasm of nothing. But from this perspective, like I mentioned earlier, they can view their situations around them and try to see if there's a better way to get down there. But this has to do about perspective. It's like, if you view the perspective that the fruits of your labor aren't going to bring you your happiness, you're going to be not in your power. Stubborn, resentful, angry, bitter, because you don't have the stability that you want. And you know, when we do that, we're not following our intuition, and we're really just stuck in our head, in our mind, about what it is. And because of that, we're not moving forward and taking the steps necessary, and we'll be holding ourselves back from viewing the world in a different light. He's holding the world here. He's holding a globe here, and we have a globe here. So stop lying to yourself, and have faith and trust that when you work on the things that it is that you want, and when you go within, it will bring you success. It will bring you success. As long as you stop fighting the cycles. The cycles in our life are there with the Wheel of Fortune. The cycles in our life are there to teach us a lesson. But it is up to us and how we choose to see it. Like, are we going to view the things in our life as like, well, this shit happened, you know, nothing good is gonna come of the future, because I mean, my life is already shitty? No. It's like, you need to have faith and trust and believe. You need to heal yourself with this water. You need to open your eyes and view the sun, to see that the sun brings possibilities. You cannot have a stable, you cannot have a land full of living creatures, animals, plants. You cannot have a environment like that without the sun and the moon. There needs to be a balance between the sun and the moon. In order for us to continue to move forward, we have to have that balance within ourselves, where we're healing ourselves, but we're also taking the steps that we need to take in order to follow our happiness. Actually, didn't I mention the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords earlier as well? Didn't I mention this energy as like potentially someone, like, I'm pretty sure when I mentioned what cards this card reminded me of, I mentioned the Ace of Swords, the King of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and look, we have the King of Swords in reverse here, so I'm seeing this as a confirmation. With the Hierophant is a struggle within some kind of higher commitment. It's a struggle to have faith in a situation or to have faith in someone. With the five symbolize change, and there really is a need for that change, a need to have the strength to move away from the fighting, to move towards honesty and truth is what I'm feeling. And again, to go within and to figure that out for ourselves. What is that in our life that is holding us back? The Two of Cups. Whenever I see the Two of Cups, it immediately makes me think of the Lover's card. I did also mention the Lover's card, but I know I'm pulling and pulling, so I will continue. Let me move these out of the way. Again, with the King of Swords, there's a need to be aware of the people around you, a need to be aware of how you talk to yourself, a need to be aware of how people around you talk to you. Are they negative all the time? Are they telling you, you're not good enough, you'll never get that, you're this, you're that, blah, 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 and all this bullshit, but then when they need you, when you come to their help, to their rescue, they're like, oh, thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, I knew I could count on you. But then when you need them, they're nowhere to be found. Or when you open up and talk about your problems, and they tend to just be like, oh, really? Oh, that sucks. All right, well, have a great day. You know, they leave you to deal with it, instead of being a friend and being the ear who listens to you and tries to, you know, give you advice, excuse me, or be the friend who can give you a hug when you feel lonely and you need some support and you need to feel that someone cares. Let's see. So here with the Judgment, again, I'm going to bring back up into our awareness what I was talking about, how we talk to ourselves or how people talk to us, right? We need to view things not from a place of judgment, but from a place of compassion, where we are actively choosing to listen to people instead of just judging them harshly. Because we all have shit. We've all gone through shit. Each and every single one of us. I don't care who you are. I'm sure that you, just as I do, have something in your life that you're not so proud of. And you know what? That's life. We all have that. And we will all have something of that, because that is a part of life. A part of the lesson in life is to understand that our cause and effect, our reaction to things causes more reactions. It's like a domino effect, and it's like, is the domino effect that you are creating for yourself a positive one, or is it a negative one? And I think the way that you can know is look within yourself. How do you talk to yourself? How do you view yourself? With the Page of Wands here, is making me think of the Ace of Wands that I mentioned earlier. The Page of Wands wants to come forward with a creative endeavor. The Page of Wands wants to come forward with passion, with fire, with creativity, with love. I know it's not a cup, but lust. This page wants to bring forward something. So I feel like there's something within you that you want to bring forward and create in your own life. You want to be a goal-oriented person. Like perhaps you want to be a goal-oriented person, but maybe you're struggling with that. Maybe you're struggling with it because you don't know how to move past your own negative self-talk. So perhaps you may be telling yourself, well, how can I follow my passions, the things that motivate me, the things that fuel my heart? How can I follow through with that when I've done this and I've done that and I'm, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Stop lying to yourself. Know that we all have some situation in our lives that we're not proud of, but the importance of it is to admit when we're wrong, to apologize when we need to apologize, and to learn from it. I'm the type of person who believes in second chances. I'm the type of person who believes in giving other people another chance if they deserve it. So only you will know if someone deserves a second chance from you or not. Only you can figure that out for yourself based on how this person treats you. How do they react to your situations? Do they even care to listen to you? Do they even support you in your dreams and your goals? Or are they like a broken bridge where it's just like you're stuck? You're stuck in this feeling of lack, of fear, of loneliness, of sorrow, of anger, of resentment, of whatever. I'm sorry, my battery is at, below 10%. So moving forward, I do feel you want some kind of higher commitment with yourself, with someone else, a higher level of commitment in your creative passions, in your career. You really do want this stability, this happy ending. But in order to come to a place where this happy ending can happen, you need to come into a place where you already have your happy ending within yourself. So what do I mean by that? Again, this marriage card. I mentioned earlier how this doesn't have to be a literal marriage. This could be a commitment with someone, or this could be literally just a commitment with yourself. Loving yourself. And I feel like you need to love yourself and appreciate yourself and understand and see how far you have come, because I feel like you have walked so many miles. And I feel like someone who walks 1 mile in your shoes may be like, damn, this person has been through some fucking shit. That's the feeling that I'm getting here, is that you may be fucking exhausted from all of this bullshit, all these people in your life who their voices keep ringing in your ear. And man, this is reminding me of a conversation that I was having with someone special to me, actually. You need to be happy within yourself. And with this 1010 here, I'm feeling a strong feeling of cycles. And we have a 0 over here as well. We have 2 10s here. So we have a 20. This is 20, but 10 and 10 is 20. So 10, 10, 10, 10, 0. So I'm getting the feeling of back and forth, either to stay where you are already or to take a step forward in working on your self-love and working on being more goal oriented and working on releasing the chains and the burdens that you feel. And when I looked up, I saw 1 hour. It was literally just 1 hour on the dot. So that makes me reiterate the feeling of ones and zeros. You may be feeling burdened by choices. I feel like you may not be sure exactly which direction you want to take because you feel so overwhelmed with so many different choices in your life. And I just want you to know that when you follow your heart, man, this is like what I was talking like. When you follow your heart, it will never lead you wrong. It will never lead you astray because your heart, oh my God, I saw 010101. Perhaps you definitely should look into, and then I just saw 10. You should really look into the energy of 10. Look up number meaning or of 10. Look it up because I feel like there is definitely going to be a message there for you. And I won't recommend any specific sources because I don't want to take that learning away from you, where you can stumble upon a source that will be most valuable to you, that, you know, is meant for you. Go within, and I feel like I know that when we start to go within, when we start to listen to our own inner guidance and listen to our heart, is when the clouds start to dissipate, the sun starts to shine, and we start to see exactly what is in each of these cups more clearly, and we can make a choice, a better choice based on what we desire. And because we love ourselves, we want to follow our passions and what we what we deserve, and we deserve the best. Each and every one of us deserves happiness and love and compassion and understanding. So I will end the message here since I'm not sure. I probably have like less than 5% left. Thank you so very much for being a part of this journey. Thank you for being here. And I sincerely hope that this message has brought you some kind of clarity, some peace of mind, some hope. I saw 0303. I I kind of always end with this, but you're the magician of your own life, and it is up to you what it is that you want. And of course, that doesn't mean that everything in life is going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy. It just means that when you know what you want and when you know what you deserve, it is way easier to stand within your own power and to move forward strongly with conviction, with honesty, with compassion, with love, with any of this stuff. When you give that to yourself, it's easier for you to give that to the people who fucking deserve it. And the people who don't deserve it in your life, you know, don't focus so much time and energy on those people when you could be focusing that time and energy on yourself, which you should be, but also you can focus some of that energy on the people who you actually want in your life, the people who actually support you, the people who actually listen to you, the people who actually believe in you and love you genuinely, who want to see you successful genuinely. Well, again, thank you so much for being here. Soul family, you guys are so important to me. Thank you so much. I will see you or talk to you. I saw 444 in the next one. Hope this helps. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.